What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be reading some Am I the A-Hole Stories couple editions. Now, I was scrolling past these and I saw a lot of couple ones, so I was like, you know what? Let's make a couples Am I the A-Hole video. And if you don't know what Am I the A-Hole is, it's on the app Reddit, where there's like different categories, and on this category, people ask if they're the A-Hole in situations that they were in. But yeah. This one says, am I the A-Hole for breaking up with my girlfriend because she won't stop wetting the bed? My bad, bro. My bad. You could just change the seat. For context, me, 23 male, my girlfriend, 24 female, moved into our first real house 4 months ago. We have lived in an apartment for a year prior. She's been wetting our bed every couple of days. She had bowel movement problems before. Sometimes she can't hold it in, or she just doesn't make it to the toilet on time. No issue in it, but we have been dating for 2 years and she hasn't made any new improvement. I'm not gonna lie, she's gotten worse. 2 weeks ago was the first incident. I had woken up to the bed entirely soaked. She was still asleep and I could feel it in my short. I shook her awake and she was entirely embarrassed. I told her it's okay, just to control it next time around. She agreed and we changed the sheets and went back to bed. She did not stick to her agreement and I woke up to a soaked bed 3 days after that. I reminded her that she said she would work on this, hence I've been putting up with this for far too long. She admitted to not putting any effort and being careless and being more mindful the next time we sleep. Jumping to yesterday, I broke up with her. I cannot handle urine the way I have. She told me I'm making a huge mistake and you're losing out on a great woman. I'm not too sure what that means because she has stressed me out the whole relationship. She has since contacted every family member of mine that she has met and told them I dislike them all, leading to them cutting contact with me. I kind of regret picking up with her. Am I the a-hole? What do I do? So, okay. The girlfriend's peeing the bed almost every night, and this guy is like, yeah, we're breaking up, but there was also prior issues to why they were breaking up. Is he the a-hole for his own sanity? I don't think he's the a-hole. I think both of these people might just be a little messy. Well, maybe the girlfriend's a little messy. I think maybe the poster is leaving out a few things or other stuff. I don't really know why she would contact their family, the poster's family, and be like, yeah, he said F you, F you, F you. I don't really know why she would do that. Maybe there's some things we're not really hearing about this relationship, but that's crazy. Glad that's not happening to me. Is this person the a-hole for that? From what I'm hearing, no, this person is not the a-hole for breaking up with their girlfriend because she keeps peeing in the bed. This one says, my wife stayed out until 5 a.m. Am I the a-hole for thinking she is cheating? My wife and I have been having a lot of fights lately. I work overnight and during my shift, she said she was going out with some of her coworkers to drink. They are celebrating one of the guys transferring to another place. What is weird is that my wife runs the store he is transferring from. They end up going to a bar. Wait, why is that weird? They end up going to a bar and having drinks. She's with another woman and 2 guys. The other woman and one of the guys are married. The other guy is single and he is the one transferring to another store. That winds down about 2 a.m. and she texts me that they were all leaving together to go to a single guy's house. I said, okay, let me know when you leave. She never texted me until 5:30 a.m., give or take a few minutes. She said I'm home in the text. I was worried. Come to find out, she was blacked out all night, throwing up, and came home at a time that I don't feel married women should be coming home. I get home from work and my son had an engagement that we both committed to beforehand. I get her up after getting a few hours. I did not sleep. She was in the best mood. She was joking, trying to play with me in ways she's never done before. All smiles and very happy. It makes me suspicious. I don't know if I should be though. My wife does not go out a ton, but she is also never this happy and full of laughter. I'm hoping I'm being an a-hole. I want some other opinions on the matter. Am I overreacting and potentially being an a-hole if I feel like something does not sit right with me about the situation? Okay. Ew, my dog farted. Misty, that's so stinky. That's so stinky. So, oh my damn. Okay, let's picture this. Your partner tells you that they're going out and you text them and say, hey, when are you coming home? Boom, 5 in the morning. Your partner says, oh, I'm home. And you're like, what would you think? Oh, and then the next day they're all like, hee hee hee, ha ha ha, all happy, sunshines and rainbows. To me, I would think they just had a great night. I think if the wife cheated, I don't think that she would be happy. I think she would be like, oh, like she would be more standoffish, you know, and like try not to make anybody suspicious. I don't think he's being an a-hole in the situation, but he's just being suspicious, obviously. But maybe she just had a great night and maybe her eyes were open to something during conversation. I don't think this person's the a-hole, but I don't really think that the woman cheated either. Oh my god, this one's horrible. Am I the a-hole for sleeping with my friend when I'm married? Off the bat, yes you are. By sleeping, I mean literally sleeping, like snoozing. Okay. Me, 26 female, and my husband, 27 male, have been married for 7 years and together for a total of 11 years. We have always been happy with each other and I love my husband with everything in me. But recently he has been complaining about how I use too many blankets and he gets too hot. I snuggle him too much, I use too many pillows, I go to bed too early, too late, it changes, and more stuff like that. So I promised him I would go to bed when he did. I would only use one pillow, one blanket, and I wouldn't cuddle with him anymore. He didn't think that was good enough. He is refusing to sleep in the same bed as me. He sleeps in our guest room while I sleep alone. This has been going on for almost 3 months, and we haven't had intimate time a single time. He's never complained about my intimacy. He's just been refusing. He tells me things like, if we aren't in the same bed, why would we be intimate? And stuff like that. I have a high intimacy drive, and so does he. Early into our marriage, we would have intimacy about 3 times a week. Okay, I did not need to know that.
I don't need to know about that. You keep that to yourself.
But that's not what I'm complaining about. I miss my husband. Ever since he started sleeping away from me, he has barely spoken to me. He gets up around 6 a.m. every day, leaves at 8 a.m., and gets back home 7 through 8 a.m. His job hours are 9 through 5. I don't know where he is going. I feel unwanted. So back to my point. Recently, my friend, 26 female, got divorced. She couldn't afford her house, so I let her move in with me. I've known her since we were both 2. Now, she does have her own room, but she is having the same problem as me. She feels lonely and unwanted. We sleep in the same bed every night. We are not intimate, we just cuddle. Now, I will admit, sometimes I give her small kisses on the forehead, and she does to me. But my love language is touch. So if I can't touch my husband, I'll need someone else to kiss. I've never touched her lips once. We've never done anything more than goodnight kisses on the cheek or forehead. We have been snuggling together for about 3 weeks now, and my husband is pissed. He told my whole homophobic parentheses family that I kicked him out of our bedroom so I could sleep with a girl. I just need advice and to know if I'm the a-hole for snuggling with someone else. My husband is yelling at me almost every single night. He has thrown stuff, broken plates. I made him a fancy dinner so we could catch up. He took the plate I made for him and threw it on the ground, creating a big mess. Yes, he does pay the bills. My friend doesn't pay for anything. She is just simply too depressed. My whole family hates me now. His family, he does, and the only one I have is my friend. And honestly, she's not enough. I feel unwanted and lost. My husband called me, who does not know how to keep my hands out of a woman's band. By the way, neither my husband or I are homophobic. Our families are religious and homophobic, so that's why they are so pissed at me. Do I think you're the a-hole for sleeping with your friend? No. Giving your friend snuggles and kisses? I feel like, okay, when I'm with my friends, I'll give them a hug. Snuggles and kisses though, because you feel lonely, I feel like you're basically kissing them, kind of like thinking that this is what you would want to do to a partner. But I mean, the husband's being a complete a-hole, I'm not even gonna lie. The husband's an a-hole. Do I think the girl's an a-hole in this situation? Not really. I feel like I cannot see it from her position as well, just because A, never been in a relationship, B, don't really ever want to be. So, oh, there's an update. We had about an hour talk. I cried, he did too. We want each other and we love each other. Okay. I read some people say that he can have ED, so I discussed it with him. I admitted to being kissing my friend's forehead and cheeks, and there he did get pissed, but he admitted to cheating on me as well. Bro, it was so clear. I was about to think, like, it's giving that he's cheating. Yeah, to cheating? Oh my, no infidelity. We decided therapy or divorce will be the best option. Thank you for the advice. We will not be sleeping together again, my friend and I. And my husband and I are thinking about starting to do so again. So I feel really bad. The reason he was coming home late was because he would drink away the fact that he cheated on me. He said he's going to cook for me tomorrow. Thank you all for the comments that had me to talk to him. I feel so much better. My friend is pissed I won't allow her to sleep with me anymore, so she is moving out. Your friend's probably gay. I think she had feelings for me. Yeah, me too. I'm not sure what to do with her. I lost my friend, but may ? Have gained my husband back. I don't really know what to do. Small update, I'm taking therapy and a divorce lawyer. Thank God. I didn't know. Okay, my dog is like chasing a ghost right now. Can we please do that like another day? Yeah, it did give cheating vibe. Your friend's probably in love with you, and I think this for the poster was just like very overwhelmed what was happening with the husband, that she wasn't really paying attention to how her friend might have felt. That's crazy. But are you the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole. Your husband's the a-hole. I don't even know why you would say gained back your husband. And maybe you should get with your friend though. Am I the a-hole for throwing a cup of cold water on my naked husband? My husband has been tested for ADHD, but he doesn't have it. He has the kind of problems that are associated with ADHD, however. He says writing lists, making schedules, setting alarms, etc. is physically painful for him, and he'd rather just deal with occasional emergencies rather than be proactive. This specific problem: he often forgets to push the shower diverter valve down. You know, the little rod at the tub faucet that you push down to make the water fill the tub, and pull back up to make the water come out of the shower. For nearly 20 effing years, I've been asking him to push that down. Since I was literally a teenager, I have been asking him to push that effing thing down. At least twice a month, I have a very unpleasant wake-up cold shower because I turn the water on and I get a cold spray from the shower. Every effing time he's apologetic. And then a week or two later, it happens again. He will do better for a while and then slips up again. He is always telling me that he's working on it, and hasn't he been better about it lately? But sometimes he's always working on it, always improving, but it never stops. Today I just had enough. I stepped into the shower, turned it on, and had a very cold and rude awakening. I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed the cup by the sink and filled it about 3 inches with cold water and walked out to where he was standing naked. He had just taken off his pajamas and was going to take a shower after mine. Without warning, while he was looking down, I held the plastic cup firmly in my hand, grasping it tightly, and I jerked that mother effer in a 45-degree angle to get that cold water all over his torso and face. 3 inches of water, it's like this much. I told him that his apologies were worth the paper they were written on, and I was tired of listening to him congratulate himself for getting better, when I had been asking for nearly 20 years to stop doing this. I told him I don't accept his apologies, and the fact that it's an accident does not excuse it. I told him that from now on, every time I'm taking a cold shower, so is he. That I refuse to be a second-class citizen in my own home any longer, and if he refuses to make changes to treat me better, I will instead make changes to treat him worse, because I will not tolerate this any longer. I'm going to continue to surprise throw a cold cup of water on him every time I get a surprise cold shower. I'm tired of asking/begging for basic respect and not getting it, with the implication that I have to put up with this forever. So Reddit, I know I'm probably the a-hole, but am I a justified a-hole? You know what? This is old people problems. I haven't even lived 20 years yet. So, but I have dealt with problems that are consistent for a long period of time. When something like that happens, like let's say the latch on the window's not locked, you know what I do? I lock it every time. When that happens on the shower, I'm observant of the shower, because that's how you turn on a shower most of the time. You turn it on and then you look down and then you pull like what is it called? The thingy, you pull it up or you push it down, whether to make the water go or what, like in the direction, whatever. Okay. If I see that down or the wrong way, basically, I'm going to correct it. And I think I've done it for like a week straight one time. Like, it's such a little issue that I think that this person can have such larger issues but chooses to focus on a little one when it's very easily fixable. The husband's not cheating. The husband isn't throwing dishes at the person. It's just, I know it's annoying, but we deal with annoying stuff all the time. This is such a small, my hair is a little uneven. I think it's such a small issue that there are such bigger issues to be focusing on that this should not annoy you to the extent that it does. And it's not about basic respect. Never mind, I actually can't understand why you would think this is disrespect. Because when somebody leaves something open or like a cabinet open, it's not about being disrespectful. It's just simply you don't understand how the person's brains work. I just don't think it's something that big of a deal, basically. Yes, it's happened for 20 years. And I guess like that being consistent is annoying, but I feel like there's bigger problems in the world. Like what like this is a first world problem right here. If you don't want a cold shower, look down to see if the thing is like the wrong way and fix it. Because you're like, oh, I don't want to take a cold shower. You're choosing to take a cold shower. You're choosing that. You're just not looking. Like, I'm sorry, Port Farm is not an accident. This person for 20 years has let the cold water hit them because they couldn't flip the thing in the right direction. This one says, am I the a-hole for saying good job after my kid defended herself from a bully by punching him? I need to see if I'm crazy here. We got you. My kid, female 13, has a bully. He's one of those kids who's related to someone in the school district. Ugh. I've dealt with something like that before. We've had multiple issues with this kid harassing mine, but my kid is bullied a lot, sadly. We're actually switching her into a new school because the public schools have done nothing, and past semester it got physical. The bully pushed her and she stumbled back. Fortunately, only scratches, but I was livid. The bully got suspension, but he's been suspended before. I tried talking to parents and they make excuses, of which the wildest is that they'll probably end up together someday. Boys will be boys. I think your daughter should go back and punch him harder. But because of how they argue. I told them under no uncertain terms that their son is not even to look at my daughter, and his only words to her needed to be an apology. I got the, well, he's suspended, so what else do you want? This summer she was in STEM camp. She begged to be signed up, but so was the bully, and this time, during their outdoor break, the teacher was physically on his phone when the bully, in full view of multiple students, pushed my daughter and she turned and punched him in the stomach. Everybody stand up. Round of applause. The bully is now up for possible suspension from the camp, not the district. But I lodged another formal complaint, this time threatening a lawsuit. I asked my daughter if she defended herself. She said she was afraid he was going to hurt her because he threatened to knock her out. I said, okay, good job defending yourself. Glad you're okay. Let's catch a movie and decompress. I told my siblings on Father's Day and was immediately told by my eldest brother's wife that I should never have encouraged her to fight anyone. I agreed that I didn't, and I'm glad she defended herself when she was scared of the person, and I trusted her to take care, and the person I trusted to take care of her was not even paying attention. They argue that now she will be punching people as the next time she gets her feelings hurt, that I'm a bad parent for opening that door. Am I? I mean, if she's in trouble and in physical danger, I don't want her to ever think she will get in trouble for defending herself. But now I'm second guessing everything. She's seemingly okay now. I took the week off so we can celebrate Juneteenth together and just decompress from it. But I want her to grow up and be safe. Am I the a-hole for saying good job? No! What? Since I was young, my parents had told me, if anybody tries to fight you or hurt you, you defend yourself. Simple as that. This is a boy to a girl pushing her. Like, does nobody think that that's bad? Like, I hope when this kid grows up, I think he will probably learn his lesson from other boys his age that you should not be doing that. And they're 13. I just remember that the girl is 13 and the kid's 13 too. By that age, you can actually be seriously hurt by the opposite gender. That is not okay. And you're not going to promote someone for violence. I have never been trying to fight everybody or hurt everybody that has hurt my feelings. No. Simply, if you're defending yourself. If someone, she literally has gotten pushed multiple times by this person, and the bully said that he was going to knock her out. No, you're not the a-hole. Oh my gosh. Save your daughter. Okay, this is going to be the last one. Am I the a-hole for messaging my husband's mistress? Husband. Whoa. Advice needed. Backstory, my husband, 29, let's call him Adam, and I, 30, have been married for 4 years. 2 years ago, I found a text message exchange between him and a coworker, let's call her Hannah, that were going on for months behind my back. At the time, they weren't incredibly incriminating. It clearly showed a mutual friendship that could be progressing to more. I expressed my discomfort to Adam, not for the friendship, but for keeping it a secret. If it didn't mean anything, why wouldn't he tell me? He assured me that the only reason he didn't tell me was because he knew I'd react like that. He said she was married, let's call her husband Joe, and they were work friends. That they were just work friends. I asked that he limit his contact with her and be more open with me. They continued to be friends. Periodically, I would remind Adam that I was uncomfortable with their friendship when she would keep popping up in all of his stories from work, and he would brush it off and assure me that I was overreacting. Well, 3 months ago, I came home from work and he told me that he had feelings for her. Not a big shocker, and don't worry, I've already filed a divorce. Thank God. He said Hannah was separating from her husband, Joe, and she made a couple comments to him that made him feel uncomfortable. Then made him question their connection as well. Comments like, "Do you think we're too close? I wish I met you before I met my husband. I've always found you attractive," etc. He realized he cared for her, but he wanted to tell his wife because he did not like keeping it from me. Adam assured me that they were never physical, and he sobbed about how I deserved better. Of course he wanted to be with me, yada yada. I naively said I'd work on it, and that lasted all of 3 weeks. Within the second week, Adam had a full breakdown questioning what it all meant. I wrote Hannah a letter which I had Adam give to her. I had no other way of reaching her, expressing that I'm a real person that both of them have hurt. I said I am contemplating telling her husband, but I held myself back because I did not know if that would put her in harm's way. He told me that she was scared I would tell her husband because she didn't know what he would do. I said she should be. Some time went by and I found that he was still talking with her. He said that he did not want to stop talking to her. I said I think he should leave for the weekend. He went to his parents' house over the weekend and there was severe weather at our house. Picture me locked in a laundry room with 2 dogs and 2 cats. Of course, Adam and I were texting. He was watching the weather and hoped we were safe. He comes back home the next morning before work. While he was outside with the dogs, I checked his phone. Yes, I know that was bad. That's not bad. Not in this situation. You're good. I found that the prior night, he was also texting Hannah. Their conversation included her saying that he was so cute and asking what they would do for their first date. He responded with a couple of suggestions for activities they could do. She loved it. Blah, blah, blah. Again, I'm divorcing already. When I found the messages, my heart sank. He came back in from outside and I told him that I wanted a divorce. I told him what I saw and that he has lost all decisions making power in our relationship. It was up to me now. Here's where I'm not sure where I'm the a-hole. I went to work and got started on handcrafting a few messages. I sent his parents a text informing him of what he was doing under the roof. I sent his brother a message that said Adam might need a place to stay. I sent Joe an email informing him of their emotional affair with as many specifics as I could remember about her specific comments. And I told him that if I found out any harm came to Hannah as a result of my message, I would personally report him. I then sent Hannah a long email that acknowledged my pain, informed her that up until this morning, Adam was still telling me he would do couple counseling, which was leading her on. Then I reached out to her husband. I copy and pasted my messages to him in my email to her that I did not want to hear from her. Adam fully freaked out. He said I was compromising people's jobs. I emailed Hannah on her work email, but she was doing what she was doing at work. So why she's ashamed when it's written down?
What would you do if when you're okay, so he said yes would go? I don't know what you mean there, babes.
I'm blowing up everything. How could I, etc. I got a call from his mom berating me, saying that if any harm came to her son, it would be on me. She said I would have to live with myself. I simply apologized for upsetting her and blocked her number. The way I'm telling you, I didn't even raise my voice. I feel like telling him I would report him would deter any potential harm. I also thought that including what I sent to him in my message to her was a courtesy to prepare her for anything he might do. I also am finding it hard to take the responsibility of a potential violent act that I verbally discouraged and warned her about. I also warned them both that I was considering telling Joe, not because I wanted to punish them, but because he had the right to know. 3 of 4 people in the situation were well aware of the inappropriate conduct, and Joe was just hanging out and hoping for a reconciliation. I'm finding it tough to believe what Adam's mom said, but am I the a-hole for messaging my husband's mistress husband? No. You got cheated on, girl. Do whatever you want. She went to all extents messaging his family, messaging Joe, which is the mistress's husband, messaging, what's her name, Hannah, the girl that her husband was emotionally cheating on her with. Wow! I mean, I think it's fine, to be honest. You're not the a-hole, you got cheated on. He was telling her at the same time, let's get couples therapy. After he cheated on her, I don't know, men just have so much audacity sometimes, and I don't like how he's trying to play victim, and of course his mom. He's a mama's boy. This person in the comments says, not the a-hole, your husband, the mistress, and your mother-in-law are the a-holes here. Oh my gosh, that was insane. That was a lot. I don't get it why men, when they cheat, they completely act like they're the victim. That's something I will never understand. # male loneliness. It's good. Thank you so much for watching this video. This one is so fun. Reddit, Am I the A-hole is so, like, they're so fun to read, and these are so messy. But yes, I hope you guys like hearing about Am I the A-hole couples stories. Couple edition. It's crazy. Like and subscribe and comment down below. Bye.